It's here, the full moon portal has opened, and its energy is unlike anything we've experienced in months. The air is electric, the veil between worlds almost transparent, and every thought, emotion and choice you make is now magnified. This isn't an ordinary lunar phase, it's a moment of pure alignment, a cosmic crossroads calling your soul toward its highest path. But here's the truth. Few will admit, not everyone is meant to cross this threshold with you. When the moon is full, especially in a powerful alignment like this, it magnifies the energy of the people around you. Those who are close to you, friends, partners, even family, will have their energy tied into yours more than ever. If they carry fear, doubt, jealousy or unresolved wounds, you'll feel it as if it's your own. And if you're not careful, their frequency can pull you away from the path you've been building. Right now the universe is giving you a choice. Carry their weight into the new cycle, or walk away and protect the vibration you've worked so hard to build. This is why solitude during this full moon isn't isolation, it's protection, it's alignment. When you choose to step back from those who cannot match your energy, you're not abandoning them, you're honoring yourself. The portal doesn't open for long, and if you cross it while entangled in someone else's chaos, you risk stepping into a reality that reflects their wounds instead of your vision. You'll notice it, the subtle heaviness when certain people are near, the way your clarity fades after certain conversations, the sudden doubt that creeps in after their words. That's not a coincidence. Under this full moon, every thread between you and them is glowing, showing you exactly who strengthens your light and who dims it. I'm going to explain why this is happening in just a moment. So keep watching, because the meaning of this Aquarius full moon portal for you is far bigger than you realize, and the energy unfolding right now could shape your path for months to come. But before I do, I want you to like this so more souls can receive this message. Write 777 inches in the comments to align yourself with the frequency of divine guidance, and share this with someone who needs to protect their energy right now, because what's coming next will make everything you've been feeling finally make sense. This Aquarius full moon portal is not just another lunar phase, it is a magnifier, pulling hidden truths to the surface and amplifying the energy of every connection you hold. In this light, masks fall away, the smiles that once felt warm may now reveal a cold undertone. Words that sounded supportive before might suddenly feel sharp, almost invasive. This is because the portal doesn't only open outward into the cosmos, it opens inward into your own field, making you acutely aware of every frequency you are tied to. Some of these connections will feel expansive, as if your chest opens and your breath deepens in their presence. Others will feel heavy, as though your energy is leaking the moment they step into your space. The latter are not always malicious. Sometimes they are simply carrying unresolved shadows that clash with your vibration. But under this portal, even the smallest misalignment becomes impossible to ignore. You might notice your intuition becoming razor sharp, pointing you towards certain truths you've been avoiding. You might feel the urge to withdraw, to turn off your phone, to be alone in silence. That's not isolation, that's preservation. This is your higher self saying, the field is rearranging, give it room. During this time, any contact with those who drain you will feel amplified. The conversations will echo in your mind. The emotions will linger, and you will find it harder to return to your own center. This is why the call to walk away, even temporarily, is so strong now. It is not about anger, it is about alignment. It is about letting the portal close with you on the right side of it. When a portal like this opens, especially in the sign of Aquarius, it carries a frequency of liberation, detachment, and truth, without emotional distortion. Aquarius energy does not cling, it observes from a higher vantage point, like a bird watching the landscape from above. Under this influence, you are not meant to get tangled in the noise of other people's emotions, projections, or expectations. Think of your energy as a finely tuned instrument. Normally, you might be able to play your song even when someone else's rhythm is off. But under the full moon portal, the sound of every discordant beat is magnified. If someone around you is vibrating in fear, scarcity, resentment, or judgment, you will feel it in your bones, as if they are playing the wrong notes right in your ear. And the longer you stay in that field, the more your own song starts to slip off key. This is not a punishment. It is an invitation. The portal is showing you, with unshakable clarity, who is aligned with the next chapter of your journey, and who is not. For some, this will be a revelation. You might realize that a person you've known for years suddenly feels foreign to you, or that someone you just met carries a warmth and resonance that feels ancient. The point is not to judge, the point is to notice. Walking away during this time is not about cutting ties in anger or fear. It's about giving yourself the sacred space to fully receive the upgrades, insights, and energetic recalibrations the portal is pouring into you. Imagine trying to tune a delicate instrument in a crowded, noisy room. It's nearly impossible, but in silence, the smallest adjustments can make the sound pure again. Some will try to pull you into debates, to prove their point, to keep you in the old dynamic. They might say you're being distant or overreacting. But Aquarius energy calls you to respond from sovereignty, not from the need to be understood. Your role now is not to convince, it is to protect. Over the next few days, you may notice heightened sensitivity in your body, headaches, sudden fatigue, restless sleep. These are signs that your system is processing more light than usual. Every interaction is either helping you integrate that light or causing interference. This is why solitude under this portal is not just beneficial, it is essential. If you honor this call, you'll step out of this full moon with sharper intuition, lighter energy, and a deeper knowing of your own truth. You'll find that the people and opportunities meant for you will rise to meet you effortlessly, without the draining push and pull that once felt normal. What makes this full moon different from any other is that it's not standing alone in the sky. It is entwined with the energy of the Lion's Gate. The Lion's Gate opened just days ago, streaming pure solar light and higher dimensional codes into our realm. Normally, this alone is enough to cause deep transformation and awaken dormant parts of your soul. But this time, something rare has happened. While the Lion's Gate is still open, this full moon portal has activated. Two energetic gateways overlapping, amplifying each other. This is what I call a double spiritual portal. It's as if the universe has opened two doors at once, one calling in the courage, strength and truth of your higher self, and the other illuminating every shadow, bond, and energetic cord that needs to be released before you can step fully into that light. This double activation means that the messages, signs, and synchronicities you receive now are sharper, faster, and more undeniable. You may find yourself suddenly understanding things you've been confused about for years. You may feel a rush of inspiration so strong you can barely sleep. Or you might sense an almost magnetic pull to change something in your environment, to rearrange, to move, to walk away from what no longer feels aligned. When two portals overlap like this, your soul is standing at a rare intersection. One path leads deeper into the old cycle, repeating familiar patterns. The other pulls you into a timeline where you embody your truth with no hesitation, no delusion. The choice might feel intense, but it is actually very simple. Protect your frequency at all costs. Even those closest to you can unintentionally anchor you to the old, not because they are bad or wrong, but because your new frequency is not yet stabilized. The slightest pull from an old vibration can slow your leap into the new. This is why the call to be alone now is louder than ever. In this double portal energy, every thought, every word, every interaction is magnified. You're not just manifesting, you're accelerating, which means anything or anyone who is out of alignment with your vision will either adjust to match your frequency or fall away. The shifts you make in this window will not be small, temporary ripples. They will be anchor points for the next 6 months, possibly longer. This is because the double portal energy doesn't just touch your present moment. It rethreads the fabric of your future. Every choice you make now sends out a signal, locking in a frequency that your reality will begin to organize itself around. If you choose to stay in the same environment, around the same voices that plant seeds of doubt or fear, you'll find yourself repeating the same cycles, even if you swore you'd never go back. But if you choose differently, if you step back, if you create space, if you allow yourself to stand alone in your own light, you'll watch the entire landscape of your life start to shift. People you haven't heard from in years might suddenly reappear to offer help or opportunity. Projects you once struggled to start could move forward with almost no resistance. This is the essence of a portal. It's not just a doorway you pass through. It's a moment when reality itself is more malleable, more willing to bend toward your inner state. But it will bend toward whatever you are most connected to, your highest vision or your oldest wounds. That's why awareness right now is everything. The full moon in Aquarius, paired with the Lion's Gate, is pushing you toward liberation. Aquarius energy is about truth, detachment from outdated systems, and the courage to stand apart from the crowd. Combined with the solar codes of the Lion's Gate, it's a cosmic recipe for radical self-sovereignty. But here's the challenge. Liberation always demands release. That release might be of a habit, a belief, or most often a relationship dynamic that has quietly kept you small. It might be a friend who always changes the subject when you share your dreams, a family member who subtly questions your choices, or a partner whose energy feels heavy after every conversation. These cords are glowing under this full moon for a reason. The universe is showing you exactly what must shift if you're to walk through this double portal fully empowered. And if you can hold your ground, if you can resist the urge to explain, justify, or cling, you'll notice something extraordinary. The moment you let go, the space is instantly filled with a higher vibration. The proof won't take months or years to arrive. You'll feel it within days, sometimes hours. From here, the energy only builds. The more you align with your truth in these days, the more unstoppable the momentum becomes. This is where destiny stops feeling like something far away and starts feeling like something you're actively sculpting with every breath. To work with this double portal, you must first understand that it responds to clarity, not confusion. If your heart says one thing, but your actions show another, the energy will scatter, and you'll walk away from this window feeling like nothing really changed. So the first step is to get brutally honest with yourself. Who do you feel lighter without? Where do you feel your mind go quiet, your chest open, your energy expand? Those are your yes. Everything else is a no, no matter how much history, habit, or hope is attached to it. The second step is to withdraw your energy from the no's. This isn't about drama, confrontation, or proving a point. It's about reclaiming your frequency. You can walk away without slamming the door. You can choose silence over explanations. In fact, under this full moon in Aquarius, silence speaks louder than any justification you could give. Aquarius is an air sign, but it's not about endless conversation. It's about truth delivered in its purest form, often without words. The third step is to set your focus forward. The Lion's Gate is pure creation energy, solar, direct, and infused with infinite possibility. If the full moon is showing you what to release, the Lion's Gate is showing you what to call in. These forces together are rare. Most years, they don't overlap, but right now they do. That's why the field is so electric. Why synchronicities are popping up like wildflowers. Why your thoughts seem to materialize faster than usual. Every time you think, speak, or even feel something in this window, it's like you're planting seeds in soil that's been struck by lightning. Growth is accelerated. Manifestation is magnified. which is why, if you keep people in your space whose energy is rooted in lack, fear, or judgment, you're allowing them to plant in your garden too, and the harvest will reflect that. This is the hidden danger most people miss. Manifestation is not just about what you project, it's about the frequencies you let within your field. That's why the instruction is so clear right now. Walk away from anyone close to you who dims your light. Not because they're bad, but because your path is calling for unshakable alignment. If you honor that call, the double portal will work like an elevator, pulling you to a level you didn't think you could reach so quickly. The version of you that walks out the other side will look back and realize you weren't losing anything, you were shedding weight so you could fly. The full moon portal's energy will not fade the moment the moon begins to wane. It lingers, charged and alive, like a current running through everything you touch. But listen carefully, chosen one. The next 3 days are critical. This is the peak of the alignment. Every thought, every word, every choice will echo louder than usual, carving deep impressions into the reality that's about to form. These are not ordinary days. They are the final stretch of a rare energetic corridor where cause and effect move almost instantly. For the next 72 hours, you must treat your energy like sacred ground. Protect it from idle gossip, from the pull of old patterns, from the gravity of people who secretly hope you stay where you are. The portal does not distinguish between serious intentions and casual ones. It amplifies everything, which means one moment of fear can ripple just as powerfully as one moment of faith. You are in a state where your field is wide open. Inspiration will come in flashes. Instincts will feel sharper. Dreams might feel more vivid and prophetic, but so will the subtle tugs that try to pull you back into the familiar. That's why discernment is your shield right now. Think of it like standing in the middle of two worlds, the one you've always known, and the one you've been calling in. The portal is the bridge between them, but it's temporary. If you walk across with confidence, you'll reach the other side and never have to look back. If you hesitate, you risk getting stuck in between, close enough to see what you want, but too tangled to claim it. The universe is watching what you do with these days, not in judgment, but in reflection, mirroring back exactly what you decide you are worthy of. Every word you speak, every boundary you enforce, every choice you make in these days will echo far beyond them, not just into the weeks ahead, but into the reality you're building for years to come. This is why I keep telling you these moments aren't ordinary. They're a mirror, magnified by the full moon's illumination and sharpened by the energy of the lion's gate. This portal doesn't respond to noise, it responds to truth. That means the universe isn't listening to the words you say as much as it's watching the vibration you hold. If you declare you're ready for more but keep tolerating less, the reflection will match the contradiction. If you say you want freedom, but still keep your hands wrapped around the chains of the familiar, the universe will assume you prefer the weight you know over the lightness you've never trusted. And here's the thing, this energy isn't about forcing a leap. It's about owning the leap you've already decided to make. The bridge between your old world and the one you've been calling in is open, but it's temporary. If you step forward with conviction, you will cross it and never have to look back. But if you hesitate, if you keep glancing over your shoulder, you risk getting stuck in between, close enough to see what you want, but too tangled to claim it. Right now, the universe is taking your choices as commands, not in judgment, but in reflection, mirroring back exactly what you decide you are worthy of. And the full moon makes it impossible to hide from yourself. Every hidden chord you've been pretending not to notice, every unspoken agreement you've been too afraid to break, every quiet compromise you've made just to keep the peace, they're all lit up under this light. You can sever them now in one clear and intentional movement, or you can feed them and carry them into yet another cycle. But here's what you need to understand. The portal doesn't stay open forever. The intensity you feel right now will fade, but the choices you make within it will lock in. If you align with your higher self in these days, you set a trajectory that carries you far beyond the reach of the old patterns. If you allow old energies to pull you back, you reset the loop, and the next opening will demand the same choice again, only louder. But here's what you need to understand. The portal doesn't stay open forever. The energy you're standing in now is rare, a pure alignment of cosmic intention and divine timing. When you choose from this space, your choices are carried on a current far stronger than your own effort. If you align with your higher self in these days, you're not just making a decision, you're planting a seed in fertile celestial soil. Every intention you set, every boundary you honor, every truth you speak, will grow faster, stronger, and with more grace than at any other time. The universe isn't simply observing, it's conspiring with you, sending signs, synchronicities and helpers to guide you through the crossing. These days are an initiation. The full moon's light is bathing you in clarity so you can see your path without distortion. The portal is amplifying your heart's voice so it can finally rise above the noise. Even if it feels like nothing is happening yet, trust that the energy you're weaving now is already shaping your future reality. When you choose in alignment with your soul, the old dissolves effortlessly, not because you fought it, but because it no longer matches the frequency you're holding. The more you stand in that light, the more life will meet you there, with opportunities, connections and moments that remind you you're exactly where you're meant to be. And that's the gift of this full moon portal. It is both a mirror and a bridge. A mirror because it reflects the deepest truth of who you are in this moment. A bridge because it connects you to the life that is waiting just beyond the veil of what you know. This portal is not just an astrological event. It is a living, breathing field of energy that listens to your choices and amplifies them. Every decision you make right now sends ripples into your future, shaping timelines you cannot yet see. And those ripples will either carry you into the reality you've been dreaming of, or back into cycles you've already outgrown. So hear this: the people who suddenly feel distant, the situations that no longer sit right in your spirit, the habits that feel heavy, they are revealing themselves now for a reason. The energy of this moment is making it impossible to ignore what does not belong in the next chapter. Release them with grace, not in anger, not in fear, but in love, because they served their purpose in the story you've already lived. The universe is not asking you to fight your way forward. It is asking you to rise into a frequency where the old cannot follow. When you do, you won't have to chase what's meant for you. It will find you, because you've become a match for it. Over the coming days you may feel waves of clarity, followed by waves of uncertainty. That's normal. It's the energy recalibrating around you as you step into a higher alignment. The key is to remain still in your truth. When the noise tries to pull you back, do not let fear, guilt or obligation anchor you in a place your soul has already left. And as we close, I want to leave you with this. These days could be the greatest gift you give yourself if you use them to step back. Sometimes, distance isn't about abandoning people, it's about reclaiming your energy so you can see clearly. It's not about disappearing without a word or cutting ties in coldness, but about creating sacred space for your spirit to breathe. When you remove yourself from constant noise, even for a short while, you allow your inner voice, the one that has been drowned out, to rise again. If that means spending more time in solitude, saying no to plans, or choosing peace over explanation, let it be. Because right now, the universe is far more interested in your alignment than in your ability to keep everyone else comfortable. And when the portal closes, you will be grateful you chose stillness over struggle, clarity over confusion, and truth over approval. When you do, you won't just walk away from what drains you. You'll walk straight into the reality you've been calling in all along. And here's the beauty of it. When you return, if you choose to return, you will not be the same person who stepped away. The silence will have reshaped you in ways you can't yet imagine. The space will have revealed truths that were hidden behind the noise of daily life. You will begin to see people, situations, and even yourself with a clarity that only distance can provide. You'll notice how much lighter you feel, as if some invisible weight you didn't even know you were carrying has been lifted. Things that once triggered your emotions will feel muted, distant, almost irrelevant. That's because you've moved into a higher state of alignment, and what no longer matches your frequency simply fades away. This is the quiet transformation no one warns you about, the one that doesn't come from chaos, struggle, or constant doing, but from stillness. In the calm, your energy begins to rebuild. Your intuition becomes louder than fear. Your heart starts speaking more clearly about what it truly wants and what it will no longer tolerate. From this space, your choices shift. You no longer chase. You draw things in. The people and opportunities that find you aren't accidents. They're mirrors of your new frequency. They arrive lighter, clearer, and almost effortless, perfectly aligned with the version of you that chose truth over attachment, alignment over approval. So if you feel the pull to walk away, honor it, not as an escape, but as a sacred return to yourself. You were never here to disappear into someone else's story. You came to write your own, and when you stand unwavering in that truth, the universe doesn't just meet you halfway, it lifts you, carries you, and delivers you to where you were always meant to be.